Hey! This is Mr. Potable. In this episode, the stakes reach an all-time high as the secrets of Emily's past come crashing down, leading to a shocking revelation that will change everything. Jack faces a decision that could cost him everything: his life, his love, and his future. The night was heavy with tension, the air thick with the scent of rain that had yet to fall. I stood at the window, staring out at the city that had become both my prison and my battlefield. My mind was a whirlwind of conflicting emotions: fear, anger, desperation. Everything was coming apart at the seams, and I was caught in the middle of it all. Emily had gone silent. After everything, after the lies, the betrayal, the confusion, she had simply vanished without a trace. Her apartment was empty, her phone disconnected. It was as if she had never existed, and the void she left behind was suffocating. The walls of my apartment seemed to close in on me, the silence becoming deafening, and I knew I couldn't stay here any longer. I needed answers, and I needed them now. My phone buzzed on the table, breaking the oppressive silence. It was a message from an unknown number, a string of cryptic coordinates. A meeting point? A trap? My gut told me it was a risk, but what choice did I have? I grabbed my jacket, the weight of my gun pressing against my side, a reminder that this world no longer allowed room for innocence or trust. The coordinates led me to an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of the city, a place where shadows seemed to swallow the light whole. The structure loomed ahead like a relic from a forgotten past, its windows shattered, walls covered in graffiti, the once bustling industrial hub now a decaying monument to lost causes. I parked my car a few blocks away and approached cautiously, my heart pounding in my chest. The rain finally began to fall, a slow drizzle that soaked through my clothes as I made my way to the entrance. Every nerve in my body was on high alert, every sound amplified by the anxiety coursing through me. This was it, the moment where everything could change, where I might finally get the answers I'd been desperately seeking. Inside, the warehouse was eerily quiet, the only sound the occasional drip of water from the leaky roof. The dim light barely penetrated the darkness, casting long, ominous shadows across the floor. I moved forward, my footsteps echoing through the vast space. Then, suddenly, I heard a noise, a rustling, faint but unmistakable. "Who's there?" I called out, my voice trembling slightly. I reached for my gun, holding it steady as I scanned the room. A figure stepped out from the shadows, and my heart nearly stopped. It was Emily. Jack. Her voice was soft, almost a whisper, and her face was a mask of anguish. "You shouldn't have come here." "Emily, what's going on? Why did you disappear? What the hell is happening?" I demanded, the frustration and confusion bubbling over. She didn't answer right away. Instead, she looked at me with a sadness that cut through the anger, and I could see the weight of whatever she was carrying. Then, slowly, she began to speak. "There's something you need to know, Jack. Something I should have told you a long time ago. But I was afraid of what it would do to you, to us." "Emily, just tell me," I urged, stepping closer. "I need to know the truth." She hesitated, her eyes filled with regret. "Jack, everything you've been searching for, everything you've uncovered, it's all connected. The people you've been chasing, the secrets, the lies, they're all part of something bigger, something you can't even begin to imagine." "What do you mean?" I asked, my pulse quickening. Emily took a deep breath, as if bracing herself for what she was about to reveal. "Jack, there's a group, a powerful organization that operates in the shadows, pulling the strings of everything that happens in this city. They control the media, the government, the corporations, everything. And I've been working for them." The words hit me like a freight train, the ground shifting beneath my feet. "What? You've been working for them? Why didn't you tell me?" "Because they're dangerous, Jack. They don't just ruin lives, they destroy them. And if they knew you were getting close to the truth, they would have killed you. I was trying to protect you, to keep you safe." "By lying to me? By keeping me in the dark?" I shot back, anger flaring. "I didn't have a choice," she cried, tears welling up in her eyes. "They own me, Jack. They've been blackmailing me for years, using my past against me. If I didn't do what they wanted, they would have destroyed me, and you along with me." The pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place, each revelation bringing a new wave of shock. So, everything, the lies, the deception, it was all because of them? "Yes," she admitted, her voice trembling. "But it's more than that. Jack, they've been watching you too. They know everything, about your investigation, about us. They're coming for you, and they won't stop until you're dead." A cold chill ran down my spine as the gravity of the situation sank in. "Then we have to fight back," I said, determination hardening my resolve. "We can expose them, bring them down." "It's not that simple," Emily said, shaking her head. "These people are powerful, and they have resources you can't even imagine. They'll stop at nothing to protect their secrets." "Then we'll make them regret underestimating us," I replied, my voice steely with resolve. "I'm not giving up, Emily. Not now, not ever." She looked at me, her eyes searching mine, and for a moment, I saw a glimmer of hope. But then it was gone, replaced by a deep, aching sadness. "I wish it were that easy," she whispered. "But there's something else you need to know, something I've been hiding from you. I'm pregnant, Jack. And it's yours." The world seemed to tilt on its axis, the breath knocked from my lungs. "What? Emily, are you serious?" She nodded, tears spilling down her cheeks. "I found out just before everything started falling apart. I didn't know how to tell you, especially with everything else that's been happening." My mind was reeling, the shock of her revelation hitting me like a tidal wave. A child? Amidst all this chaos, all this danger? The weight of it was almost too much to bear. But I knew one thing for certain, I wasn't going to let them take this from me. I wasn't going to let them take my family. "We'll get through this, Emily," I said, my voice firm with conviction. "We'll find a way out. I promise you, we'll protect our child." She looked at me, a mixture of fear and hope in her eyes, and nodded slowly. "Okay, Jack. I trust you." But even as I said the words, I knew the road ahead was going to be fraught with danger. The fight was only just beginning, and the stakes had never been higher. As we stood there in the dark, abandoned warehouse, I knew one thing: I would do whatever it took to keep Emily and our unborn child safe. Even if it meant going to war with the shadows that threatened to consume us. And as the rain continued to fall, I could feel the weight of the coming storm. The game was far from over, and I was ready to face whatever came next. As the rain poured down outside the warehouse, I knew our battle had only just begun. With Emily by my side and our future at stake, I was prepared to face the darkness that threatened to consume us. The shadows were closing in, but I was ready to fight, for her, for our child, and for the truth. The real war was about to begin. Thanks for listening, stay curious, stay awesome, and as always, keep it potable. See you in the next episode.